Hey everyone, Jeff here, and welcome to part 2 of my first ever Elder Scrolls Legends solo arena draft. Just as a recap, if you're joining without watching the first video, which by the way was completely epic, I had a draft that took like about a week, and we put together this pretty awesome deck. So, I mean, I think it's awesome at least. We have, let's recap, 2 lightning bolts, not 1 but 2. We also have 2 mystic dragons, so we have 4 prophecies back to back here. Point is, I don't actually know how good the draft went. It just seems to me like we have a pretty good deck. We've got some reach, we've got some Atronach synergy. I think we're running 9 or 10 total prophecy cards. Our curve looked really nice, to be honest. I think we have like 8 or 9 playable creatures on turn 2, and you know, we're 4 games in, and I forget what we beat exactly. I remember this was a mono green and it gave us a hard time, so we just fought what I thought was going to be purple yellow, and it actually was blue yellow, so it was mislabeled. So we're not going to fight another blue yellow. We'll fight somebody else. Maybe we'll fight this guy, this geriatric looking dude with armor, and we'll see how it goes. So let's hop into another match with our blue-red. I don't remember what class this is. Rest assured, though, we are killing it. That said, we'll probably get wrecked this game. Bowlord the Victorious. They're all the Victorious. I said this last game. It's kind of disheartening. The Dragon Slayer.
To fight in the Imperial Arena. Who
okay.
has the luck to survive?
So random lane effects. Oh, God, we have been great at drawing this card. That being said, I think we have to put it all back. This is prophecy. This is prophecy. We kind of want to shuffle those back into our deck. Oh, shit. Well, that was extremely embarrassing. We kept I mean, it isn't a bad hand now, because next turn we can play this, and the turn after that we can play this, and then we'll just have to wait a couple turns till we can play this. But that was a huge misclick, and I'm sorry, because it really could influence.
My arrows shall fly true.
Yeah, alright, this is, oh my god, and it has charge. Alright. A 1-2 with breakthrough is excellent, right? That's what you want to see. I guess we could do this and save the ring charge. I don't know if that's right. Oh, the random lane effect was guard. Wow, I was so confused there for a second, because I thought I picked +0, +2, but then I got guard with it anyway. So that was super lucky.
My arrows shall fly true.
Oh, man, that's pretty good, though. Lethal? Okay. So, lethal ping effects are good. Noted. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but I don't think we have a choice. We're just going to eat the lethal creature. I mean, I don't think we have a choice here, right? Okay. I mean, I'm happy that my opponent did that, because they wasted a spell that they didn't need to cast because they had a lethal creature. Okay. Alright. This could be the first match that we lose. That those lethal pings were extremely, extremely damaging to us. Although, that's excellent. Alright. Alright, that's fine. Taking 4 is kind of a big deal here. We may just have to put this over there and buff itself. That way we... Oh, that's pretty great. Okay. Alright, I'm going to try to stabilize here. I think that... Don't get lethal. Oh, thank God. Alright. 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 So... What are our considerations here? We either play Conjuration Tutor. We could play Conjuration Tutor. Trade here. Still take 3. Go to 10. But then we have an answer for stuff in our following turns. Or we just do a full clear. I think we have to do a full clear. Let's get lifelink. We didn't. And I'm drawing last, which is the most wrong thing that I could do in this situation. So, sorry about that. Although this is excellent because it's a tempo play. This is excellent. He's in top deck mode, which we want him to be. Awesome. So he took a turn off, and now we can play Conjuration Tutor. And I'm tempted to put it over here for the Shadow Lane effect, but I also can put it here, and maybe if we roll Drain, it'll help us get back in this game. Okay, I'll call it super lucky, because that was kind of a risk, but... Okay, I'm fine with that. Okay, I'm fine with that. Alright.
Let's begin the lesson.
Let's attack first, because we don't have anything to draw. So there's a couple things we could do. We could either play this and kill it, and then just get something else that also might have Drain. But I think doing 4 damage to this with only 1 toughness is pretty bad. Or we could shackle it and then trade into it, which also seems quite good. And then we could play this over here, and maybe we roll more Drain? Okay, let's see what we get here. Regenerate on a 1 toughness creature. Well, it couldn't be perfect, right? But we'll do this, and we'll shackle this. And the next turn, even if my opponent removes this creature, we still have either Crushing Blow for this, or Cast Out, or the 4 damage effect. Like, there's so many ways we can answer what our opponent is doing now. And 16 isn't bad. Plus, if this stays alive... all of this is fine. That is fine. All of it is fine. Okay, so we'll do this. I'm not going to use the Lightning Bolt there. Here's the thing. If we trade into this, which is a favorable trade, this would get 1 toughness. And I already know this opponent is playing so many ping effects that I think it's just too risky to do that. So
Let's begin the lesson.
I'm inclined to just attack him directly here, and then maybe just... I mean, we could unsummon it. Because if we keep this in hand, this is 7 points of damage we can do directly to our opponent to help close out the game. Like, I don't want to waste that opportunity. So maybe we just unsummon it and see what happens next turn. Like, just make the tempo play.
Everyone pays a toll. Your coin.
I forgot that if we unsummon, he has a second opportunity for ward, which doesn't seem great, but let's go to Value Town. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know what any of this does. Immolating Blast. Destroy all creatures except for 1 random creature on both sides of each lane. Alright, that's pretty good, I suppose. I mean, that doesn't do anything. It just kills one of his creatures. That's not great. Steel Scimitar +2/+2, which if we equip means that we would do 5 drain. And then at that point, I think the game's just over. And then Doppelganger. It's a Daedra. It's a 1/1. This better be good. Summon. Transform Doppelganger into a copy of another friendly creature. Holy shit. So if we transform this into this, it cycles 3 more in, and then if we play one, we would get 2 in each lane. Yeah, we're doing that. Alright, quick reminder, Value Town, still population us. Let's go let's just take a trade here. I mean, you know, I don't think... Oh, since we have another one, I'm fine just kind of keeping the board clear, and then we'll... Yeah, it's fine.
They won't escape us.
That's fine. There's nothing about that bothers me. Oh, we should have saved that item for this dude, huh?
Let's begin the lesson. Let's begin the lesson.
Well, attack first. I don't really want to lose this guy to this, and we're so close to having lethal anyway that I think we probably just put this here and kill the 3/1, and then... And it's lethal, so we could have done the damage even to a stronger creature. Tempting to Crushing Blow him directly, but I'm not going to do that. Since we have 7 points of reach, we literally only need to connect with 1 out of these 3 creatures next turn to win the game.
Do not test this one. You will lose.
This herd needs thinning. Ifra stands with me.
Okay, that triggered. It's lethal. I'm hoping that it doesn't matter. We will go... Also, we could just use this to clear out 2 of those creatures immediately, but it doesn't need to happen. I'm just mentioning that is a play that we could make this turn, depending. All right. Sweet. All right, we got the Dragon Slayer defeated. We got a level. Let's collect our rewards. It's going to be insane. Alright, well, we just level a card up. Divine Conviction, that card that I wasn't sure was so great. Divine Fervor, friendly creatures have +1/+1, and it costs 1 more. Alright, I mean, I think it's fine. This is another one of those things where I think I probably have to see it really do some work in action for me to understand how great it actually is. Because just taking a turn off on turn 5 to play that doesn't seem awesome, right? So we could take another 2-drop, which I don't necessarily think we need. We have 10. It's almost a third of our whole deck. And we have 3 8-drops. Is it super greedy to take this to help close out games? Or do we take the Prophecy? I mean, our opponents so far have had just a ton of little creatures that we want to control the board. And once we've been able to do that, our endgame has been good enough that we don't really need to worry about it. Maybe we really just do want to take another one of these. It's a Prophecy. It can become a 4/3. That's pretty great. It gives us another 2-drop, which I don't really hate. I don't think we need a 3rd Battle Rage Orc. I do think we might want to consider this, though. Which one do you take here? We have 5 cards over 6. That's all we have. We haven't seen this... Oh, we did see this once, and it did help us bypass a rune and close out a game. But that was... I mean, we already had such a commanding position that it kind of didn't matter anyway. I'm going to take the 2-drop. I've had trouble drawing 2-drops in my opening hand, and so... In that last game, we kept the hand that we didn't want to keep. And yet, we still managed to pull out a victory, so... I'm sorry about that, but... Alright, let's play the redhead.
These warriors want nothing more than to please you.
And she is angry, too. Wildstalker. The Victorious. And this one actually is the Victorious. It hasn't swapped.
Defend the hill.
After a creature with cost 5 or greater is summoned here, give it guard. Okay. Here we go. Not getting our 2-drops, but I think I will keep the Dwarven Spear just because of the tempo effect, and we can play it on turn 2. So I'm actually going to redraw these cards, because if I kept this hand, I think it would be a loss. Lightning Bolt is great, but you don't want it in your opening hand. A Scuttler again, sure. I'm not sure that should be in this lane, but what do I know, right? A Crushing Blow. I think we just need to use the Ring Charge to get us deeper into our deck. We need to find a 2-drop. We did not. Alright. Well... What's the smart play is to just battle Rage Orc into this and take the trade, right? I mean, it has to be. Or the greedy play is one of two things. Either play this here and give it +1/+3 and then try to... and then take 5. I don't... That's terrible, actually. Never mind. Forget I said that. This card is pretty bad. I kind of regret taking this, but I don't know what else there was here. If I could review when I watch again and I see what I took in this pick, I'm going to see what the other options were to see if there really was a better pick. I think I took this just to get a 2, but next time I don't think I'll take this just to have a 2.
I'm ready for anything.
Alright, greedy play or smart play? Greedy play, smart play. I think we'll take 4. Sure. And now we at least provide the trade, which he did not take. She did not take. Yeah. Alright. Okay. Well, now we will do this. Especially since my opponent equipped it with something. Definitely. And now we could just Dwarven Sphere, save the 2 damage. Sure. The only other option was to play this out, to contest it, take 2 more damage, but it didn't really use our... Or we could have played the Mystic Dragon and used our ring again, but I don't think that's right. Like, I think you kind of do want to have this kind of in your back pocket in case that you need it. So we'll take a favorable here. We'll give this guard, I think. This is probably the best this is ever going to get, is forcing this here so that then we can make that trade. And I think we probably want to put something here just so that we have a presence in this lane. Oh, and this is also a factotum, so now it has guard. So that's good to know. So there is a bit of synergy here, although I don't think it's tremendous. Yeah, so we forced that trade exactly the way we wanted. If they had put that here, it would have gotten guard, right? After a creature with cost 5 or greater is summoned here, give it guard. Yeah, I mean, that would have been pretty good, right? Giving this guard is useless. That's not what it's for. So, I don't necessarily want to play this out. I think I want to use this kind of as a gotcha card. So we'll play that in an attack, because if this attacks into this, I think we just kind of want to crushing blow it and then still have a 4/4 out that we can maybe trade into something else that my opponent plays. Okay. Alright. I mean, a 1/1 is a 1/1, but I'm not really worried about it. Yeah. But we don't play it this turn. We make the smart play. We remove the powerful creature, and we take a favorable trade here. And then next turn we play this. Sure, that's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. Okay, and we'll be able to take another favorable trade here. So my opponent should have put that over here, just so that. And then we don't want to put this here and give it. Guard. We want to put this here, and if we take 3 more next turn, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it matters to a certain point, but okay. Yeah, I mean, so for power on board from our opponent, we can easily we can answer that like this. Oh. My ordering was all wrong here, right? I need to attack first. I hope we don't get punished. Okay. Alright. Sorry for that blatant misplay there. And then Mystic Dragon considerations. Either here in case he puts something else, or here in case he puts something else here to protect this. I think it's an obvious, because this card can kind of 2-for-1 clean up over here, it looks like. So this is just going to get bigger and bigger. So I think we probably just want to kill that. You know what? Never mind. We don't.
Let's begin the lesson.
And I'm pretty sure that's game. Every time we've played this card, I think we've won. Oh, we've won every game. So that really doesn't narrow it down, but alright, so our opponent is just making bad trades, vomiting out creatures. This has breakthrough, and we can trigger Royal Sage. So maybe we play Underworld Vigilante first, just so that it's out, and then play Royal Sage to trigger everything. Oh, it has Guard. That's terrible. Alright, let's see what we roll. Well, getting ward on everything was absolutely nutty, right? So we go 3 first. And then I don't know. We go like that and like this, maybe? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. One way or the other. What was he gonna do? She. This is great, right? I mean, I'm having a blast doing this. I think our deck is so good. Forsaken Champion, 3/3, choose a friendly creature. Friendly creatures of the chosen type have 1/1. What am I going to do? Choose Orc and we'll get... Nah. Memory Wraith, summon, banish your opponent's discard pile. Remove from the game. Exile. Sure. But I've never seen an opponent interact with a graveyard before, so this seems like, again, it's just a vanilla 5/5, doesn't seem bad, but hold on a second. We could take a second dragon. I mean, it wouldn't be our second dragon, it'd be our second Clockwork Dragon, but yeah, bumping up to 4 in the 5-drop spot for that kind of versatility, this card seems awesome. We're taking that easily over the other two, I think. All right.
Extraordinary performance. How far can this challenger go?
I think we play blue-yellow last, and so we play blue-green now, and see how their blue-green deck stacked up against mine. Alright. Alright, so we have some 2-drops. Now here's the thing. This might be the best this ever gets. If we give this guard, this would be a 2/3 with guard. Or we can give it +0/+2 and this would be a 2/5. And that could trade very favorably into things. I just don't think this card gets any better, and if I draw it later on, I really don't want it. So I kind of feel like I want to see if I can get value out of it now. Nah. This is so much better, right? Oh, look at this. Mono 2-drops, and boom! Savage Ogre. Alright. No play. Excellent. We'll play this because it gives us some utility. I could Ice Spike, but honestly, I'd rather just start casting creatures. Just to get some presence on the board. Yeah, see, like, this is exactly why, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, we don't have a... And we'll just play this. I'm not worried about taking 2 damage here. Like, that's not a concern of mine. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. So we could go Iron Sword trade, and then he just has a 2/2. Or we could go Elusive Schemer trade, and then this and Elusive Schemer trade into that. Oh, right. So we would draw first, obviously. Oh, Circle Initiate. That could be interesting. I don't know how we're going to get through all his guards, but this is like here's the thing. That play actually worked out great because if my opponent attacks me directly on this next turn, I get a card and then I can Iron Sword this trade in, right? So that could work out. Okay, so he took that. Not surprising. Okay. So here we're about to see how good this 5/5 is with guard, right? So what do we do with 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trade here. Alright. Sure.
Gotcha.
I am ready to join the circle.
I'm putting this here because if he doesn't have a way to do anything about that ward, I don't care about a 1/1. Like, kind of, but not really.
All too simple.
Oh.
At your service.
Alright. This deck has been pretty good so far, it seems. So this is not great because it would trigger that ward, and then he'd have that big thing. I think we want to try to keep this alive because it's doing 3 a turn. So maybe we Shrieking Harpy this. If I Battle Rage Orc into that, it survives. And then he kills the Battle Rage Orc and has a 5/5. But I can cast it out. And then at that point, that's just kind of a big tempo loss for him, right?
I'm ready for anything.
That play I don't feel good about even a little.
All too simple.
Alright. 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 None of this is really great. need to be able to kill that when he attacks here, right? And I'm going to take 5, 6, 7, 8 this turn. So I can cast out that. Sure. And I could equip the Iron Sword here so that at least I get a trade. Or I can put this here in bait. I don't think I want to be doing that. Yeah, let's do this. I should have done that pre-combat, I suppose. I kind of screwed up. So the nuances of this game are really interesting. I'm probably, from what it feels like, I'm making a lot of misplays. Alright, so our Prophecy game is pretty good. Wherever he puts that 5/5 is where we'll put Conjuration Scholar. That's fine. Okay, sure. So I'll put this here because this will eat at least... These will now trade. And then these could potentially trade or whatever, so that's fine. And then I guess we put this over here. Or maybe we wait for next turn and play Wisp Mother that and just take a few more. It's greedy. I'm making the super greedy play here, I think. But honestly, it could be worth it. And I have a ton of... oh, I get a free card draw next turn. Oh my god. Wisp Mother with Elusive Schemer.
Don't underestimate me.
Oh, that sucks. Alright, so can we go to Value Town? I'm going to try. Normally I would draw first. Yeah, I guess I still want to draw first.
Nice try. Care to go again? Nice try. Care to go again?
Oh. I mean, this equipped here would ensure I save myself a ton of damage. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is just going to trade here, and that's fine, but then I only take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm kind of not even still in it at that point, but... Sorry for the pause there while I was thinking. I'm not really sure... Alright, well, I just saved myself a point of damage there, right? Alright. Yep. A prophecy would be great. There it is. Man, this is wild. So I think we have to play this just to get the value out of Wisp Mother. And then we can put this over here and get Drain. And we can also put this here and shackle this so that we take no damage this turn. Alright. Okay.
Will protect me.
Kind of a big deal, that card. Well, I guess we have to do this. I don't love that play. I also don't love the idea of playing 2 Ravenous Crocodiles. Like, that doesn't seem great. We're going to save Savage Ogre for a turn where we can just gain 11 life with Clockwork Dragon. And I think if we do that, and considering our opponent is in top deck mode, we probably just win at that point. Let's put a Mystic Dragon over here just so that we have some more power on board. And once again, I went in the wrong order. So my thinking got ahead of my gameplay. I'm sorry for those gameplay mistakes. Like I said, please excuse me. I'm still like brand new. I think I'm doing all right though. And you're gonna shackle that creature with Drain 100%. Wow. How is that even a thing? So we can technically do this and also Savage Ogre. Sure. Oh, more random effects. Put 2 random items into your hand. A 0/6 for 3. I mean, that protects... I guess we don't need to Savage Ogre. See, this is why you always draw first, because it completely changes your play. If we had Savaged Ogre and done all this stuff, we wouldn't have been able to make this play, and we just found a 0/6 item, which, again, in a vacuum is pretty awful, but it keeps this creature alive, and then we might be able to get some more value out of this creature down the line. So I think it's probably smart to equip it.
Get back, I say.
And let's make this trade. And I suppose also this would be considered drawing first. Just finding out what our items are going to be. Sure. +3/+3. Give this creature's keywords to each other friendly creature. So if we put that on that, everything else gets drained. That seems pretty nutty. We would pretty much be guaranteed not to lose, and I don't think we lose at this point anyway, so I'm not going to cast one of these 2 things. 1/2 with Ward. That doesn't seem bad. If you put this in an action deck, you get a 2/2 for 1. Do we have... We don't have a dragon in our discard pile? No, we have a ton of other stuff in our discard pile. Well, I'll tell you what, this opponent has been a challenge, but I actually do think that we locked up a victory here.
No judgment. Honor and praise.
Okay, I mean, more shackle effects are not great. Yeah. You had to figure that's exactly what was going to get shackled. And a guard. So that kind of really slows down what we're trying to do here. We could just take a free card, right? And what is this? +4/+4? So actually, we win. So, again, let's not get... Oh, but wait a minute. This gives something +5/+0. Oh, my God. Okay. So, let the record show we could have done a bunch of cool shit. Like, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in our hand to our opponent's 0. I don't think there's a way you lose from this point, but again, we're just going to attack and get the victory. But our deck is doing some really, really awesome stuff. I like being able to play that Elusive Schemer for 0. I can't think of a better thing to do. We were able to play that for 0 earlier with the Wisp Mother card and draw 2 cards for 0. 6/2 worth of power on the board and 2 cards. We got a title. The Captain, play 100 guards. Oh, sure.
To the victor, go the spoils.
So this deck is working out exactly the way we want it to be. Controlling the board, out-tempoing our opponent, playing just good value stuff. So we have Covenant Marauder, 2/1, +2/+0 while you have no cards in hand. I had 7 cards in my hand at the end of that match. There's no way this is ever going to happen. I mean, then again, 1 for a 2/1 isn't terrible. Skirmishes, Elixir Support. Activate, give a creature +2/+0 and Breakthrough. Or Drez Tormentor. When an enemy creature becomes shackled, deal 3 damage to it. This is interesting. This is like such an aggressive pick, right? And that's kind of not what we're trying to do. That being said, we don't have a ton of shackle synergy outside of literally Shrieking Harpy and Dwarven Sphere. That's it. So otherwise we just take 4 for a 3/4. The problem is, again, if we draw this and we have no creatures, it's just sort of bad. But it does kind of play with combat math, which I mentioned I really like. I mean, we have 28 creatures. That's probably enough creatures out of, I think this is pretty bad. Like, 1 for a 2/1? I mean, I don't know. We also have just, like, 2 for a 2/1. I mean, it does something when it dies, but I'm paying 2 for the same stats. I'm going to go out on a limb and take a card that I'm not crazy about, just to experiment with something different. I'm going to take Skirmisher's Elixir. I'm not in love with it. I don't think it's great. I'm going to kind of break out of my box and give it a try. But considering that's like one of our last picks, I kind of hate that we had to waste it on a card that I don't think is great.
What a triumph! This is a challenge. Lower the gates.
We're not going to waste any time. We're getting right into this final battle of the androgynous Packmaster.
Can they do that? Why not?
Alright, your opponent comes to battle with defenses ready. I think this happened once before. Mono 4 drops. Ship it! This is worse. This is a lot worse. The Packmaster. Are you going to play a bunch of 1/1 wolves? Oh my god. I'm just going to get ready to hit pass, right? Oh, that's good. It allows me to get through that guard faster. Oh, well. Yeah, I mean, it's a play. And at this point, I'd rather have a play than no play. So, here we go. That's pretty good. Yep. But again, I think a play in that situation was better than no play in that situation. Now we can do this. I kind of pulled the trigger on that faster than I should have, huh? Because I didn't think about placement or what. If I had put it here, I would have gotten a favorable trade. I was thinking about breaking through this guard, but now I don't have a follow-up plan for this crocodile. So that might have been silly. Alright. Alright. All of this is not great for me. Let's make that attack, and then we can make it a 5/6. I think we just have to keep taking 2 damage from that other creature for now, and really just contest what's going on here. Yeah, that's awful, because now he can put it here. Why would you... Okay. Sure.
I am ready to join the circle.
Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna... Lightning Bolt this? And then I'm gonna take this trade, although that may be silly to give that up on that trade. It's also probably silly to give this up on a trade, but if I don't, I mean, I'm just so far behind.
Protect the harbinger.
And then maybe I play this out over here, so I have... It just really seems that these AI decks are so aggressive, you know? Like, they're not playing any type of control mechanics at all. It's just kind of like... make big creatures and
I'm ready for anything.
we'll take a favorable trade here. There's really no point in losing this crocodile for nothing. We do have to deal with this 1/1 over here, but right now I'm not worried about it. I could play this out for no value just to contest this. And I should have done that first, because if this had drain or something... Oh, wait, no, never mind. It doesn't trigger. I'm an idiot. Alright, well, that's annoying more than anything, but at least they take a trade. And it's not face damage. Okay, well, that's potentially not great. We have an answer to it. We do have an answer to it, and then we just leave the 1/1. See, this is why I'm glad I played this out, because we needed to be able to contest something. And now, again, We're kind of both in top deck mode. Oh, not anymore. Alright, that's fine. Sure. I'm tempted to play Conjuration Tutor, obviously. This is the best card in my hand in a vacuum, but this is the best card in my hand now. And here's my reasoning behind this play, right? If we just play this here and kill this and then trade here, we have complete control over the board. Our life total is high enough that I think we're safe. And then next turn, he's going to have to play something. Maybe over here. I don't know. So maybe we put this over here just to contest something. No, because if he does that and it's a real threat, we can go Underworld Vigilante. I just want to control the board. Alright, that's fine. Because we can kill that with what's going on here. And we can take a turn off to play Conjuration Tutor. And both of these survive, so all that's fine. And of course we'll put this over here because we do want to protect it from any type of shenanigans. Although I don't think that there will be any. We're not even going to play this because of how bad it is. I'm embarrassed to even put this on the field. Sure. A dead draw from my opponent, not a problem. And we top deck another one of these. I'm just kind of in awe at the artwork on this card. I think it's incredible, honestly. So same thing, we're going to play this first because we want to make sure that in case this opponent triggers something, we at least get our power on board. And then, like I said, I don't think you really come back from that. 2 8/8s, like how do you... And once again, we're not playing this because it's embarrassing. The next turn... What? Barbas? No way. Oh my god, Barbas was awesome. Love that guy. So let's see what we have here. 16, 25. That's lethal. Plus we have 4 from hand. Yeah, let's go for it. And now we need to do 6. 4, 5, 6. And the reason that we're doing it this way, again, is so that we can then just attack through everything and win. And I would say that we are doing it. Oh my god, Bog Lurcher. No, get out of here. Skeever Infestation. For 3, summon a Skeever in each lane with power and health equal to the number of infestations you've played. Shuffle 2 copies of this into your deck. Huh. So for 3 you get 2 1/1s, and then the next time for 3 you get 2 2/2s. And then the next time for 3, you get 2 3/3s, etc., etc. But it dilutes your deck every time you play it. That being said, it does guarantee you don't mill yourself, because you'll always have Skeever Infestation in your deck, and you could just play it infinitely. Like, your deck would just get infinitely bigger as time goes on. And then there's Icewing Dragon for 6, which is a 6/4, and I saw what it did last game. It came down and shackled my creature. And isn't that exactly what this deck is trying to do? Out tempo. This is great. It's a 6/4 body. It shackles. This 6-drop spot looks like it just could use one more card. This looks cute. I could see it being hilarious. But on turn 3, I don't know that's what we want to do. And on turn 6, I think this is exactly what we want to do. Icewing Dragon. I would almost argue that this seems like it could be a constructed playable card. Like, there's some dragon synergies in this deck for sure. And, again, shackling a creature, that's been a real tempo loss every time we've been able to do that. I really like that effect. So I'm going to take that, and hopefully we see it in this final match. So we have 8 wins. We have...
How far can this challenger go?
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, we're going to try to go all the way, but we have 3 opportunities to do it. So here we go. Final run. Playing our own class. It will be the mirror match. Interesting. Let's see.
He's ready to face an ultimate adversary. Open the gates.
What an awesome title, by the way. Dragon Blade.
Champion has the constitution of 2 normal men.
So does that mean 60? Because, yeah, we can do damage, but that's a lot. So we have a 2-drop, we have a 3-drop, and we have a 4-drop. Do we just keep everything here? 2, 3, 4. I think so. Wow. Alright, well, that is interesting. 50 is kind of a lot. How do we do that? Alright. So we're really going to need to out-tempo our opponent, and they're playing cards that are 2-for-1s, which is quite good. So we'll just play this here. It's our card on curve. It can beat it. That's, you know, this fights this real well. Alright, going for face damage. Ooh. When you summon a dragon, draw a card? I'm sorry, we don't want that to happen. I don't want my opponent to ever draw cards. It looks like it's a good thing we kept this bit of removal because we'll be using it right now.
By dawn and dusk,
All right.
I move as a shadow.
I ride like the wind.
Okay. So this is +3, +0 in breakthrough while equipped with an item. Now we know he already has one of those things in his hand, the iron sword. We're going to give him another one, and then we're going to play this here. This is never going to transform. What am I thinking? Like, how are we ever going to get him? We need to kill half of our opponent's health just to get this card to transform. It's never in a million years happening, right? So there's 2 of those swords. So it would get 6, 2, and then 3 more. So 9. So we're staring down 9 points of damage, and we don't have a way to shackle or stop this from happening. That being said, we could play this over here, attack, and then offer up the trade? Or we just cash in Circle Initiate?
I'm ready for anything.
I don't love this, but I don't hate it either. And if they decide to take this trade...
Blood and pain.
Yeah. Okay. That seemed like an awful play. So here's something cool that we can do is let's attack first. We can, you must deal 2 damage to a friendly creature. So we can play this, do 2 damage to that because we're cashing it in anyway, and then do that. And then maybe play this over here. Again, I don't think we're ever getting that
Ready to join the circle.
to happen. Like if this ever transforms, oh. When you draw an item, give it a random keyword. Okay, well, I'm glad that that's over there, to be honest with you. Oh, there we go. Icewind Dragon. Making it happen. Coming in clutch. This animation is so cool. Just that it shoots the fireball right to our opponent.
Protect the harbinger.
Alright, I mean, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 a turn isn't bad. I guess we just have to do this, right? Like, I don't want to play Icewind Dragon on a 1-1. That seems silly. I'd rather for him... I know he's running dragons and other big stuff, so I'd rather save this shackle effect for a big enemy. And we love to top deck those lava Atronachs as soon as we This is summon, battle an enemy creature. Okay. Well, we didn't do it. We did not do it.
Let's begin the lesson.
Well, let's do that. And then I think we probably shackle this because it'd be silly for us not to do that. Because they just get... I mean, they would get a trade, but if we do top deck one of those things, we want it. We want to get that value so bad. So let's just attack for a bunch. 6, that's fine. Now we're at a point where this is where they started anyway. And in our other matches, this is kind of when we started to put damage on our opponents as it was. So... yeah, we'll shackle that and pass turn. What? Okay. So, couple plays. Yeah. What is this? Wildfire Dragon. Breakthrough. Summon. Deal 1 damage to all other creatures, and when it slays, it gets +1/+1. And let the record show that ability is called Fiery Anger, which is insane. Alright. Now, we don't really want to take 9, and again, we love drawing these, so let's just play that out. And then, attack. And attack. And attack. And then this has to attack into this, and it will just break the ward, but then it will only have 1 toughness, and we can maybe use this to just kill it and keep everything else alive. Because we are representing lethal here. We've got 16, 24, and another 6. We have 30 power on board. So if our opponent can't answer this kind of power, it's going to be... plus we have 5 reach, right? Let's not forget about that. We may not even need to use this to kill this next turn. Okay, that's fine. That's excellent. That's what we wanted to happen. Alright. Alright. So we go 3, and then 8 and 8. We'll attack with this one first, just in case we need to do some... oh, and we have Conjuration Scholar to get 2 more Atronachs. Oh, this game is over. Yeah, I don't even think that this matters. No, but that just shows you how good that dragon might be. Yeah, 2 of them in a row, huh? Yeah. Alright. Lava Atronachs, kind of the real MVP of this whole... this card right here, single-handedly, was just a bomb in this draft. I'm assuming that's probably a rare roll, because after playing it, I can tell you how good it really is. Alright, so we went 9-0 in our first ever arena. Complete a solo arena. We got a bunch of gold. We got some gold. And now our objective is play a game in versus battle. And we get 300 gems for that. That's insane. Probably be able to make a ton of cards with that. Oh, so maybe that was just easy? And I shouldn't be too proud of myself for winning 9 games like that?
This is a true champion.
I also think we had a pretty good run, but let's see what we got here. 75 septums. 40 gems. 50 more septums as a promotion reward. 285 more gems. A card pack. and Adoring Fan. It's a legendary, which is interesting. 3 for a 0/1 with Prophecy Guard. You can't silence it, and has Last Gasp. Adoring Fan will return. Alright. I mean, that card doesn't seem great. I don't really like playing 0 anything, right? Just kind of... This is just, in my opinion, a bad tempo play on turn 3, right? Like, oh, let me stop 1 attack, and then it's gone forever, and I paid 3 for that, but it did nothing else. Alright, well, we just collected our rewards. That concludes our first ever Elder Scrolls Legends solo arena run. We did it with blue-red. I thought we had actually an awesome deck. We had a beautiful curve, you know, plenty of 2, 3, 4 drops to round out our curve. Our top end was great. We had some real powerhouse cards. Standouts were that thing that shuffled the Lava Atronachs into our deck, Conjuration Tutor, I believe. Absolutely bonkers good. We just blew everybody out once we played that card. Our Prophecy game was really strong in some matches. We just had Prophecies that came clutch, totally saved our ass. I think that after playing, you know, not the story mode, something that was much higher challenge level, seeing how good the Prophecies are, like if I were to play another solo arena, I would 100% take as many Prophecies, I think, as I had the option to, as long as they were within reason. You know, if it was just bad cards like that Adoring Fan, I'd probably pass on, just because I think it's terrible, but I would take Prophecies if I had the opportunity. I think it's the right call, and I just had an awesome time playing that arena. So I hope everyone really enjoyed watching me struggle through my first arena match. You enjoyed my draft picks and my rationalization for each of my picks. As always, thank you very much for watching, and until the next video, take care.